Well, hey everybody. As you can see, we still have snow on the deck. Now, that's the only place that it is right down there. And it was this morning, everything was covered. So it's warmed up to about, last time I looked, 33. It may be 34 now. No sun, and it's just bone-chilling cold. And I just got through swimming. So, let me get my hat right. Dang. Don't want to. Dang, what am I doing? Yeah, maybe that'll be it. It's square. And my head ain't square. I can't get my head. That's wrong side. See, I'm pushing on the wrong side. And then I do that, and then I can push up and be equal. Equilibrium is what we need to talk about today. To have an outcome that you feel like you desire and you deserve, you got to be equally willing for that not to work out. It's like this. Joe Turner, many years ago, Tupelo Joe, when I first got with him and Emily Limley, Joe was explaining to me that when you got Christ consciousness living on the inside of you, it should be like the outer world is something that you can observe but not be attached to. There's a lot of people right now are attached to the outcome of what's going on in the news sphere. And the news sphere is 24 hours a day now. It's just everywhere. But let me get to the point. What he said was like this. He said, buddy, if somebody gave you $1 million, don't get overly happy. Just say thank you and keep all of the balances within you, your emotions. He knew them according to what the scripture talked about them being. And you had to take them like a horse by the bridle. And he said, if somebody came and take $1 million from you, be neutral. Don't let that steal your peace. Because when you got the peace of God living on the inside of you, you're already a billionaire. There's billionaires that can't live with themselves knowing what they've done to get to be a billionaire. Can you hear me? Can you feel what I'm saying? That guy over in Asia, Abu Dhabi, no, I'm saying it wrong. Dang, it's like Amazon, but it's for the East. He's the CEO of Alibaba. That's who he is. Little funny looking guy. I mean, I don't judge the look of people, but you know, if you see people that look funny, they look funny. But he's missing, and nobody seems to actually understand why is he missing. He's worth over $52 billion. Is that just something that tells you that there may be some other billionaires come up missing here in the next few weeks or month? Yeah, I said a month. This is a slow train wreck, people. Don't let your emotions get the best of you and steal your peace because you got too much tied in the outcome that you perceive as what you desire to happen. You got to be neutral to what they are doing outside of you. And that's a lesson for when this is past. And this too will pass. I don't know how normal will ever be again, but I can tell you in your normal way of being in the world, can't nobody steal. When you really got the peace of God, all outcomes work for your good. That's scripture. I can't quote it exactly verbatim, but I can tell you this, it's true in my life. Everything that I thought was the most worst, horriblest thing that ever could have happened, it always turned out to be the thing that blessed me the most. I think the whole world is fixing to be blessed with an ability of understanding What is outside of us that we're looking at in this world as a reality? What gives it the power that it has? And what can take that illusion away from us? These times justify meditating a lot. I meditate a lot. I don't get out of bed until I've meditated 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 3.5 hours. And I'm telling you, if you practice doing that early in the morning, but don't wake up, don't ever put your feet on the floor. Just look at the clock the best way you can and without cutting lights on. And just sit there and just let your mind guide your thoughts with your breath. And when you start thinking about the world and what's outside of you is still in your power, start breathing really deep. Hold it, let it go. Ask God, Yeshua, Ben Joseph, ask what you perceive as God, as creator of this. Well, he didn't create this world. That's one of the biggest nomas dismissed. One of the biggest lies is that God made this. This is not heaven, and this is not hell. And this was actually made by the ones that are trying to keep us in fear every day. All over the world, people are in fear of what's going to happen next. It doesn't matter what's going to happen next. If you've got the love of Christ in you, and you're not going to do no harm or no damage or no violence to no one or no thing, plus yourself. If you can love yourself enough to stop hurting yourself with your thinking, you're well on the road of becoming Christ consciousness. And there's a group of us. They're learning that everything they thought was true in religion and church is wrong. And they're hurting, they're in pain. And the matrix outside of us is giving them every reason to call out to a God that is just worthy, loving and kind, and knows how to take care of what's happening in the world. That is an illusion, people. That is an illusion. You'll have to do your own inner research and inner standing to realize that this is a matrix that is out of ordinary from what we thought when we were young. Now that we've grown up, we're starting to see the cracks in the matrix. The illusion of this reality is causing people pain. But to know that it is not the final place that you're ever going to experience awakening is peace. When you come to reality that this is in your mind heaven on earth, and be grateful and think every day and say how blessed and grateful you are to have this experience, and know that you're an eternal light body being inhabiting a physical form with corrupted DNA, with corrupted synapses. We have to move from the left part of our brain to the right part of our brain and start seeing with our heart and loving with our heart. This too will pass. But if you got so much caught up into the outcome of what you think needs to happen, it's going to steal your fear. It's going to steal your peace with fear. And it's doing this to wake us up to a higher vibration of understanding from a heart-based center as a collective consciousness. See, I can only carry my thinking so far, and I can only touch so many people with God's wisdom. It ain't Buddy's wisdom, I'm going to tell you. Of myself, I can do nothing. I mean nothing. And in this corrupt DNA body, where all my faculties are not even partially even, it's such a fragment that we're actually using a percentage of our brain. But we can use all of our heart. When we drop down into our heart and ask Father, Mother, God to show us, guide us, lead us, give us wisdom and understanding, then we can start understanding the matrix and who made this mess and how they keep control and power over us. We break free. Anna Sleep said, when one rises, we all rise. She was on the internet for a short time. Look her up, Asleep. I may even put a link in the description box or over into the, the right side of the screen where that little eye is with a dot. I'll put her YouTube channel there so you can go visit some of her work. Gravitate away from the news in the next month and year. Allow Spirit to show you what is the news. And if he turns something on the internet that just is sickening and disgusting, examine it for the lack of love and cut it off. There's some people coming and birthing new channels and birthing new realities, and gravitate and ask Father, Mother God to send you those kind of people into your YouTube channels, the way that algorithm gives you stuff. You start looking for good stuff, the algorithm will give you good stuff. We can break free of this confusion. One steps into the light, or where one go, we all go. You're going to hear some amazing things in the next 3 months. You're going to hear some shocking things in the next 3 months. But remember this is a slow train wreck. If anybody says they putting dates and times on something, it ain't happened in the last 30 days. They're all wrong. That's why I'm telling you, see this thing as a slow train wreck. Observe it as it's happening. You're safe. You're the ultimate observer of this reality through your perspective of God consciousness. With the resurrected power of the I Am living on the inside of you, you can start reversing the damage within your body, your DNA. You can speak life to your body, to your mind, your spirit, your soul, your DNA. It's possible to heal ourselves. It's possible. I've done it in my life. I'm doing it. I'm sitting out here in damn 33, 34 degree weather, just freezing. But when I think of you, and I think of God, and I think of who I really am, I warm up on the inside. And I can stay out here all day if I wanted to. Spring will be here before you know it. And it ain't cause we had to grunt and like, I want spring to come, I want spring to come, I want spring to come. It don't come like that. It's already scheduled to come at its own appointed time. And truth is like that. We're fixing to shake the big tree. I can't tell you when, but when we shake that big tree, there's some demons fixing to fall out of it. Some billionaires are fixing to cry like little babies. Multi-millionaires are going to be doing some horrible things to try to convince you that they're good people. But all the evidence is going to show they were misled. Don't hate them. That'll drag you down back into the mire of this world being something that you have to be attached to. When evidence breaks out on these individuals that I'm talking about, most of you already kind of got an idea without me having to say a bunch of names. They're going to need our love more than they're going to need us to hate them. Hate don't do nobody no good. I used to tell my little girls, hate don't live in this house. They say, I hate school. I hate the school bus. I hate. I look at them and I say, hate don't live in this house. One day, hate won't live in this world. And it starts with you releasing your attachment to this reality. And the outcome of what you think is going to happen through your perspective, your little tiny perspective, has been filtered down, camouflaged, MK Ultra'd through monarch technologies with unfathomable ways of getting you to buy a product. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Didn't mean to say your name, Vern, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, you sparked a conversation off in me today. And we got to talk, people. If you want to talk to me, I'm easy to get in touch with. If you know me from years ago when I used to travel around and go to meetings, and you heard me say crazy things way back then that's happening now, and you want to talk, call me. Shoot me an email. I'm easy to look up. I'm not going to put my phone number out there and my email out there, but I'm just telling you, you can find me. If you've never met me and never know any friends of mine that knows anything about you and you want to look me up, just leave me a comment in this video, and I'll reach out to you the way you want me to reach out to you. All I want to do is give comfort to people that need to know simple lessons of how to maintain their peace and get out of fear. Simple stuff. But sometimes you got to hear it from the source that means the most to you. So if you're not wrestling with anybody, visualize somebody coming into your life speaking these things that I just said in the form and the way that you need to hear it. If you don't understand what I'm saying, that's okay. I'm speaking to all of you that within the next 3 weeks, you're going to hear 2 or 3 people speaking the same thing I'm saying. But they will register with you because you know them at a deep level. It will change your heart, it will change your life, and it will happen. Why do you think they shut me down from the internet? Why do you think they demonetized me and shadow banned me? I've been doing this since 2006 and 7 and 8, and when I put up the Buddy Huggins blog page. I've been touched by a lot of people. I've had conversations with people that are in high places. I've had an opportunity to discuss philosophy with people I'd never dreamed I'd be able to talk to over the phone. Somehow, some way, even before the internet was even a thing, I met interesting people all my life. You will too. You'll get what you're seeking when you detach from the outcome or what you think things need to look like and be like for you to be happy. You'll never be happy if you're waiting on someone else to change your reality. You can change it with the thought. That's the only thing in the world. I know I say that all the time, but it's so true. The only thing we can change about this reality is the way we think about it. And if you understand that, then you'll understand how to speak life to your body, your cells, your atoms. Reverse the curse within inside of your atoms. Use Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, Uriel, any archangel known or unknown, to clear and cleanse any sickness, disease, darkness, negativity, nanobots, anything that's not of the light. Ask them to pluck it away, remove it, vacuum away, cut it away. Otherwise, bundle it together and throw it to the far side of the universe and turn it back to space dust. It don't affect you when you know it doesn't affect you. And then you can ask your atoms to heal itself from within with the resurrected power of the I Am, speaking life to each atom, love, peace, and for it to awaken to its Christ consciousness of self-realization down into its very atom self. You see, this is an inside job, people. Big time inside job. Adam's always been on the inside of us. Abraham, Yeshua ben Joseph, all of them, the 12 disciples, everybody lives inside of us. The whole universe is inside of us, people. The realness of what we are is inside. It's an inside job. I love y'all. Thank you. Forgive me. I'm sorry. That's Ho'oponopono for you ones paying attention. 4 magical words that can heal situations before you get there. If you're going to a family member's house and there's some kind of strife or some kind of arguments that have happened in the past, before you get there, speak that you love the person you're going to see. Ask them to forgive you. Thank you. And say thank you. And then say, I'm sorry. I love you. Forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. Those are the 4 words. You can say it in any way. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I love myself, so I speak Ho'oponopono to myself every day. When I'm speaking my mantra before my feet ever touch the floor in the morning when I'm still in meditation, that's how I start my day. Other people start their days with a power walk. I don't do that. But if that's your style, your motive, you can meditate while you walk. You can meditate while you ride a bicycle. I meditate when I swim. I just got through swimming. Fairly fast time, not my best. But I'm so focused on what I'm doing. That is meditating. When you're not meditating, that's when you're letting all the traffic from the television and the radios and all the things, the cell phones and things like that, is controlling your thoughts. You can't meditate unless you can control your thinking and your breathing. But you can. I ride a bicycle and I'm meditating. But it's different when you're laying on your back and you, like, even this conversation is a meditation. But when you're laying on your back, that's when you can really go deep and heal stuff that's inside of you that needs to be let go so you're not attached to the outcome. I'm shaking, ain't I? My fingertips are starting to get cold. It's been out here 24 minutes now. Thank you for watching my channel. I know it was fun back when I was getting 30,000 views a day, and yeah, I was getting 30,000 views a day at the height of everything. I couldn't keep up with the comments or anything, the emails and phone calls, and all that stopped because that's that control system outside of us that don't want us to wake up anything or anyone, much less have peace. But they can't fool me. They can't steal my peace, because I'm not talking to the choir. I'm talking to myself in the future. If you look back at some of my videos, I said exactly to the almost point what was going to happen. Sure, it was a different president and it was a different politician and everything was different, but ain't nothing different. It's all a big loop, and we're in that loop, and we're just at the precipice of waking up to enough of the collective consciousness to start having world peace. After we get through with this train wreck, we're gonna have fun. All right, I'm gonna cut it off here because I am so cold that I can't feel the buttons on the back side of this camera. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it over at that snow over there and tell you this. Don't be attached to outcomes. Don't be attached to things that hurt you and have pain in your life. Let it go. If you harbor any ill will to anything or anyone, let it go. If you can tell them that you love them, do it. If you can talk to them, do it. But just detach from everything that's causing you pain, and you'll move into a peaceful state, and your perspective will change, and you'll see that whatever happens over the next week, next month, next 6 months doesn't have any bearing on who you are. But you can change your whole life when you change your thinking about this reality and focus on your heart-based center and your body being free of disease. You can make yourself new in 6 months. Try it. I'm out.